Coming up next, we're going to talk burgers. Burgers for burgers' sake. It is Flip Burger Fest. It started today, yesterday? Today, yes. The launch was today. I'm looking at the guests. It's Chad Steeves from Tide and Boar, and he is the founder, operator, supreme overlord of Flip Burger Fest. And he didn't have a title, so we gave him one now. Yeah. And how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing good. I am, surprisingly, I could probably eat another burger. Yeah, after getting ready
you just had one. We were talking about that just
I had one before coming here. You know, it's dinner time, so might as well.
It is right around that
hamburger.
Time.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, I'm hungry. I made the mistake of not eating before I came on here. Now we're going to talk about burgers for 11 minutes. But 26 restaurants, I believe? 26
restaurants.
That is
from
a
12
phenomenal number.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with that. If we get any more, we're going to have to make the festival a lot longer, I think.
and then the preparation, the planning becomes way more than just what a couple of people can do.
Yeah.
There's the full list, by the way. It started today. It goes till the 27th. And look at those lists. Now, producer Dennis and I were talking about this before the show. It's amazing not only the list, but how many like non-traditional burger joints are on that list.
I mean, like a lot of those restaurants don't even have a burger on their menu and day of the week, right? You know, so it's good. I mean, there's a pizza place on there, so I don't think they serve burgers every day.
Who knows? But they are for the next week and a bit. So,
right.
So let's talk about from last year. This year we mentioned, I think it was 14 last year.
It was 14 hamburgers last year.
So 14 to 26 is quite a step forward.
It's a big jump. It's almost double. I was hoping to get double. I think I got pretty close to it. So.
You tried what you could. What was it like you get 12 new ones? How'd you do that?
Well, it's every year I approach as many restaurants as I possibly can, but this year I found restaurants were approaching me wanting to get involved because they were sad they either missed out last year or heard about how good it went for these restaurants. I mean, the core essence of the festival is to increase sales, drive local economy to an industry that suffers this time of year. I mean, it's snowstorm, bad weather, your couch is very inviting. You need that extra motivation to get off of it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the basis of it. Last year, restaurants saw an average of 25% increase in sales. That's a big jump for serving a good profit margin item like a hamburger.
Yeah, that is massive.
Yeah,
That cannot be understated. I think that maybe not everyone will understand it, but that means they got a lot more money.
Yeah,
that's what that means. And that's good because they're local. So
yeah, that's the essence of it. You know, local support local.
Yeah,
right.
and that's what we mentioned, the big theme. There isn't really like a huge overarching theme or nothing like that, but you know, enjoy some great burgers and you get to support local too, and the local part is very important.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So 26 restaurants. So we got a lot of newbies. Let's bring that list up again, actually, and then we can start picking some names off the list there. Who's a couple of favorites here that you're seeing there from the newbies?
I don't want to choose favorites, but
no,
I like to talk about some of the guys that get more inventive. You know, I always talk about Big Leagues because they have a burger this year called the Big Cheese, and the bun is 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. So, you know, if you like grilled cheese sandwiches and you like hamburgers, it's going to be for you. You know, the Igloo has the jacked up burger. It's got pepper jack cheese on it. It looks pretty good. Yeah, there it is there.
There it is right there.
Yeah, beautiful hamburger.
Great framing, too.
Yeah. What's it called? Notre Dame de Parkton is a newer restaurant. They're over a year old, but they're a new restaurant to the festival this year. They're doing their take on the White Castle slider, the steamed hams. So it's the Harold and Kumar burger. You get 2 sliders per order, and it's pretty tasty.
Yeah, you don't have to like go through all these shenanigans to get it. You can just go to Notre Dame de Parkton and you can just get it.
Yeah, you don't have to drive around with a drunk Neil Patrick Harris.
though I would, honestly, if there's an option. That's a pretty good option. Maybe that's something for next year.
Yeah. Fly him in just for one day. Then we have, there's Bocce's, a new one this year. They have a great double-stacked hamburger. You know, the Crown Plaza T-Bones restaurant has a ground wild boar burger this year. That looks pretty good. Doma Cafe is participating with a burger with local ingredients. There it is there, which is great because it's more of a grab-and-go spot. So if you just want to get a burger and get in your car, that's a good spot to go for it. My Duo Cafe is doing a vegan, gluten-free burger. So, you know, a lot of people are saying we've taken the fun out of the burger, but I disagree. I think it's actually
no, but we're hitting everybody.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
We're hitting every market now.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the good part about it.
Yeah.
And that still looks tasty.
Yeah.
You know, as much as, you know, vegan, gluten-free, they say, well, it takes the taste out of it. No, that still looks great.
No, it's a great burger. The chefs put a lot of work into that, you know. Trying to think who else. It's so hard when you get spot to name all these things. There's 26 of them.
Don't worry, we don't.
Yeah.
You get a nice taste of what's there, and there are some other excellent options as well that are available. Now, is there some kind of competitive element to this?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, the customers are going to decide amongst themselves who they like, and the restaurants who put the most work into their burger are probably going to be busier than the other restaurants that don't put as much work in their burger. But there's definitely not a competition. We just wanted to showcase that Moncton restaurants can work together to help each other out.
Now in terms of coming up with the burger, are these just the restaurants doing themselves? Or
yeah, the restaurants do it themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys just get their chefs to have fun. You know what I mean? Make something that is just crazy and wild. I mean, like Mavericks has, it's called the Maritimer Burger, and it has deep fried bacon wrapped scallops on top of it.
That sounds amazing.
Surf and turf, right?
That sounds amazing.
Classic combo. So, you know, there's tons of crazy ones. So, yeah.
So do you see the creativity kind of get better every year?
Yeah, because it's people saw what happened last year and they go, okay, we got to up our game, or you know, we got to be on par with some of these guys, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that we talked about just off camera, was that we noticed that it seems that the hubbub, the discussion seems to be, you know, a lot bigger this year.
Yeah.
About Flip Burger Fest than it was in previous years. You know, I guess it's kind of a simple question, but why do you think that is? You know, why do you see more interest?
I just think, one, people really enjoyed themselves last year. I mean, the concept worked last year. The festival was a success. So people were excited to see what we do this year. And when you open up the map last year, it was like a small little brochure. You know what I mean? Threefold, tiny. Wasn't that impressive. This year you open it up and it's literally 24 inches by 12 inches. It fills up your whole table. You know what I mean? And so when you open that up, you're like, holy crap.
It's a map.
It's a map. It's a proper map, you know? Yeah. And I think that just makes a statement in itself. You can find the burgers throughout town. They're at every single participating restaurant and a whole bunch of other random places where you can find things like that.
Yeah, and saying that, is there a place where they can get the full list? I know that Facebook there is.
And if it's on Facebook, it's on our website, monctonburgerfest.com. And then, it's in the paper, and then the maps everywhere on Facebook and Instagram at flipburgerfest or at flipburgerfest.
Yeah, so be sure to have a look out at it.
Yeah.
I know I asked you this question last year, and I'm going to ask you this question again. What do you see for the future of this? I know last year you were like, yeah, I'd like to expand a little bit. You know, what's the future like for Flip Burger Fest? What are we looking at?
I think if we do grow the restaurants to have more, I definitely think the Burger Fest will have to run longer. And I've been having people shoot at me some creative ideas that, you know, try to get it maybe a little bit more interactive. I'd love the idea of having like a burger bus that goes around and takes people to a bunch of different restaurants in one night, so they can slam a whole bunch of like maybe smaller versions of the burger.
Yeah, like a burger crawl.
Yeah.
We have one of our volunteers,
yeah.
Catherine, is going on a burger crawl this weekend with some of the restaurants in the Flip Burger Fest. So that's already kind of a thing.
Yeah, there's so many people, like they'll come into my restaurant, Tide and Boar, and they'll order one burger, I'll order a round of drinks, they'll cut the burger up, everybody will share it, and then they're on to the next spot. You know what I mean? And that's fun, and everybody gets a little bit of that, and then maybe they do that the next night, or maybe that's their one and done night. But it's definitely fun. I recommend trying it that way if you can. Yeah. Have
you noticed kind of an uptick in burger connoisseurs since you've started the thing? Because I know you mentioned they just kind of slice it up and then.
Oh, this morning I walked into the restaurant and there was a guy there, and he had this gigantic camera, and he was just like focusing and taking photos of the burger, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Is that kind of like the next to like the blogger at Starbucks? Is that kind of the next thing of like the big camera? This dude's on YouTube.
Yeah, so it's probably something like that. But he's getting it out there.
That's sure. Good. All the pub is great, and like we said, the buzz around town seems to be even bigger.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes it really exciting. 26 restaurants.
Hamburgers. Do we have time to bring up the list? I can.
Let's bring up the list again. Let's talk about. We got about a minute. Let's go over it.
St. James Gate actually has 2 burgers this year. One at their downtown location, the Blue Buffalo, with blue cheese aioli on it, and they're repeating their burger from last year, the Reuben Burger, but it's only going to be available at their Fox Creek Golf Course location. Yeah, that's it there.
There's the downtown one.
Tony's Bistro is a new addition this year. They have the garlic harlot. 3 different types of garlic on there. Cheers is back. They have the Latte Matza burger with deep fried mozzarella.
That sounds
on there.
Really good. Yeah, the garlic harlot burger, probably not recommended for a date.
Maybe for a breakup.
Nice way to schedule that.
Yeah.
So you can see the pictures. You can see some amazing Some amazing contributors and participants for Flip Burger Fest. 26 restaurants in all. There's Pump House as well. We're just going to cycle through them here as we head out. But Chad, thank you so much for joining us from Tydenboer, who is of course participating.
Yeah, and, Frank the Tank Burger.
That's right, the Frank the Tank Burger, which looks amazing in itself as well. There's Rosano's we were talking about. There's Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see the non-burger joints have their own contribution as well.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to look at. So, MonctonBurgerFest.com. Check out Flip Burger Fest on Facebook. Chad, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So go check it out. It runs until the 27th of January.